Hey there, pals, welcome to another episode of Let's Catch Up, and we're going to talk about a few things, because there's not that much for me to talk about. For once, yes, first thing to cover is the Billboard Awards happened, and they sucked. The only good performances from the Billboard Awards, Nicki Minaj, Drake, Celine Dion, Cher. Nicki Minaj did like a little, I don't know if it was like a tribute thing they did for her in the beginning. She had like a little Nicki Minaj melody, you know, had dancers dressed up as her. She performed No Frauds with Lil Wayne, Light My Body Up. Then Jason Derulo and her did Swallow. Swallow? It sounds so weird to say it out loud. Like, I want to say swallow, because that's what the song is supposed to be called. But it's swallow. Swallow. You're probably like, what are you doing? Say it out loud and be like, oh, it does sound weird. Because it's supposed to be swallow, but it's swallow. Drake, I forgot what song he did. Let's see, Celine Dion performed the song from Titanic. I forgot the name of it. I think My Heart Will Go On is the name of it. It was like the 25th anniversary of Titanic, I think. Or 50th anniversary, one or the other. 25, 50, 57.
13 minus 50, goddamn, 47.
Celine Dion did that. She looked great. She looked expensive. You know, it looked like she was ready to do a Hunger Game after her performance. You know, give you rich white woman Hunger Game realness with her little puffball sleeves. I enjoyed it. And then Cher did, what is it? Turn Back Time and something else. She was okay. You know, her auto-tune was turned up too high, but she was fine. Next thing that happened, Big Black from Robin Big. That's what it was called. I was about to say something else. Big Black from Robin Big. He died at the age of 43. If you don't know who Big Black is, like I said, he's from a show called Robin Big with him and Rob Dyrdek. They were like best friends who lived together. And then when Rob did Fantasy Factory on MTV, this is all on MTV. They haven't said what caused his death, but a lot of people saying it was a heart attack. But you know, either way, it's kind of sad because it like hit me right in my childhood because I used to love Robin Big. It was so funny. Like, that show was so funny. He was a hilarious guy. Prayers and condolences to his family and friends. Next, rompers for men. Where did this come from? I don't know. And this is the funny part. I found out about this in my comment section. So a while ago, I posted my haul video when I got this comment right here on the bottom of the screen. And I was like, what is that? What is a romp him? It sounds like you're molesting a guy. Does clothing really have a gender? Like, not to sound like one of those, you know, repetitive people who say this stuff. Oh, well, you know, gender doesn't matter when it comes to stuff. It's just things. It's just objects. It doesn't need a gender. It's true. It's like, well, what's stopping men from wearing rompers beforehand? It's probably a drag queen out there wearing a romper when she performs. You know, just like a lot of men nowadays, they're wearing like lace shirts and like blouses. You know, Prince was known to rock a mean blouse. What's wrong with that? Next thing that happened is Beyonce didn't give birth. No, don't worry. Beyonce had a push party, which is a party that you throw for somebody who's pregnant in the middle of their pregnancy or about to give birth. We already finished the first two. So it's like, she's coming. She went back in the studio. She went back on tour. A new era will begin. The lemonade era is starting to get a little dry. The lemons are drying up, Beyonce. We need something else. Oh, what if the next era is just like honey and just like, you know, bee theme to go with her name, Beyonce. Oh, that's smart. Beyonce, if you steal that, I'm suing you. She's close. The babies are about to be born. Have we still got the Formation Tour on HBO? No. We haven't. The next event that happened was the Manchester bombing. So if you don't know the story, there was a suicide bomber who set off some home explosion at Manchester Arena in the UK after Ariana Grande's concert. So Ariana Grande was performing a concert at that arena, and a suicide bomber like set off a bomb, killed himself, because that's what suicide bomber means. He killed himself. And 22 people died from that tragedy. The thing that caused the explosion, they were saying it was like a pressure cooker kind of bomb, and some people were saying it was like a nail bomb. No one really knows because it's like in pieces. It's so sad, honestly. This was a concert with like mostly children, teenagers, people between the ages of 8 and like probably 16. Like young kids, you know, and they were just going to see one of their favorite artists, and it had to end sadly. And it's like, because it's like when you go to a concert, you go to have fun, let go, ignore like the outside stress of the world, and enjoy yourself, you know? And it's like, it's scary that you can't even go anywhere and wonder, well, will something happen to me? It's sad that children had to be in that environment with that happening, you know, and they're probably going to be traumatized for their life. And children who lost their life, you know, it's just so sad, honestly, because they didn't, you know, it's like they didn't have to lose their life. They didn't need to lose their life. They just wanted to go have fun, and that was it. And it's like a coward just decided to do something cruel. Prayers and condolences to the families and friends of the people who lost their lives. And the final thing on my Let's Catch Up list is Kathy Griffin. As you can see, Kathy Griffin, she's in trouble because she put out a picture with like a fake head of Donald Trump. And everyone's going crazy, and it's like, I don't get why. Now, the reason why I say that is because when people went around lynching mannequins of Barack Obama when he was president, sending death threats to him and his family, no one said anything. No one was worried about, oh, Sasha and Malia are getting death threats. Protect the children, as they're doing with Donald Trump's son, who's like, oh, I thought that was real. Which I don't believe. Donald Trump and his son was together, and he saw that, and he's like, oh, Dad, that's you. I don't believe that his son thought that was real. That's just trying to get some pity. Now, I'm not saying what she did was right, because it's like, well, you can't stoop down to Donald Trump's level. You get down to his level, it's like, there's no coming back. But I do think she should not have apologized because, like I said, people terrorize and threaten Barack Obama. And you know what's funny? The photographer who took the picture, he's one of those like, oh, I want to do this for like shock value to make people react in a way. He's one of those photographers. Just like every goddamn YouTuber ever who like, oh, it's a social experiment prank. It's not that serious. If one of them did that, if one of those tight-ass YouTubers did this, like, oh, it's a social experiment, don't worry about it, no one would care. But because she's famous and more relevant than most of these YouTubers who do those videos, but because she's famous, it's like, oh, it's a celebrity, that's a problem. I don't get it, honestly. If I was Kathy Griffin and I did that, I wouldn't have apologized, because it's like, I did what I did, what do you want me to do? If you thought it was wrong, oh well, lesson learned. So, that's everything on my list for Let's Catch Up. Hopefully, I informed you about some things that happened that you didn't know happened. If you want to, thumbs up, comment down below, tell me your opinions on some of these things. Like, how do you feel about some of these topics I talked about? If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button because every time you subscribe, I become a little bit more magical. Maybe I'll become closer to getting my own TV show and I can outdo Wendy Williams because she's slowly but surely getting on my nerves. If you're a returning subscriber, hey, welcome back, friend. If you're a new subscriber / watcher, hi, welcome to HeyMickey, I'm Mickey, and life is weird. This world is weird. America's weird. People are weird. Things are weird. So as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!